Hi, partners. Thanks for joining me here. You know, this last week we had the first lady that we talked about in early America, Molly Pitcher. She was really the first one, but we know this one so well. We grew up with this one, sure enough, in school, the one you will remember. Let's look at some facts. The American Revolution, soldiers fought under many, many flags. They were all shapes, all sizes, and all colors. We do know that red and white were the colors from day one. But while we don't know exactly what went on, let's just think some more facts here. When the rebels threw the tea overboard, this is the Boston Tea Party, they held flags that were simply red and white stripes. Many flags of the Revolution had fancy artwork. One was the image of a coiled snake and had the words written on it, "Don't tread on me." Well, ironically, many rebel flags had the British Union Jack in the upper left-hand corner, and good old George Washington said, "Wait a minute, this is dumb. What are we doing trying to break our ties with England and using the Union Jack up there as our flag?" Well, it wasn't until 1777 when Congress mandated the official U.S. flag. But they weren't really specific about what was to be put on. They just said, we want 13 stripes. They didn't say whether they were alternating red or white or what. But they just wanted a blue area in the upper left-hand corner with 13 stars. This would represent the new constellation in the sky. No directions about shape, size, or what stripes of red and white. So how did Betsy Ross know to get involved in this whole situation? Well, just after the Civil War, in 1970, yes, nearly 100 years later, the writer tells the story of the American flag. He told a story about Betsy Ross not liking George Washington's hand-drawn ideas of a new flag, and so she used a pencil and walked over and redid the design and put a new one up. Also, Betsy Ross didn't like the 6-pointed stars. Cutting the pattern was too difficult. She liked the 5 stars pointed, and so she won out at the end. Now, based on that young man's story, the legend of Betsy Ross was born. Is it a true story? Well, we don't know, but let's check the source of the story. The fellow that wrote that was William Canby. Who was his grandmother? Betsy Ross. Think about it. That's enough said. Hey, doesn't matter. We need heroes. We need legends. We have a beautiful flag, Old Glory. Now, before we leave, here's another quick story. In the late 1800s, railroads were pushing westward. One crew found a natural spring at the end of a forest of tall ponderosa trees. One of the men in the camp designed a huge Old Glory for the camp. They stripped one of the pine trees, making a real tall flagpole. When the railroad sent brochures back east asking for workers to come out and join them, the handbill simply said, "Our camp is easy to find. Just look for high-flying stars and stripes." But 1 month later, a huge storm destroyed this high-flying symbol. The next bill sent out simply said, "Our national anthem may be gone, but you can still find us by the flag staff." Yes, partners, Flagstaff, Arizona. The railroad camp that grew into a city was originally the base of the flag staff. Isn't that strange how stories like this come about? You know the drill now. Look at the red X up in the box at the far right. Click that. Don't click anything else. It'll take you right back to my report page. It's fun talking like this. I've got a new toy that's going to be coming in pretty soon that Dennis Daly has got for me, but I don't want to tell you what it is until we get it all set up. Thanks for being my partners. Hey, listen, Just being able to talk to you like this means so much, and I appreciate your reports when you say that you see the stories and all the new things that Dennis puts in that gives us facts about our early America. Let's don't lose this. These progressive writers that come along here and change things and say America, we don't need this. Yes, we do. Our heritage, our leaders of tomorrow, giving them the stories of real things of America. We'll be long gone, but our country's going to be here. And yet, do you realize how young it is? Just less than 300 years ago, there wasn't anything. Okay, that's enough. I love you. Go get 'em, Tigers.